Truth Ruth here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the Beckham's child. Like, it's like they have been feuding. Now, if you do not know who David Beckham is a goat in the sport of soccer. Like, he is an amazing soccer player. I think he's about 50 years old right now, so he's retired, obviously, but he is amazing. He was amazing in his time. And he is married to Posh Spice. Now, if Posh Spice is part of the group Spice Girls, and I thought they was pretty cool. It was a bunch of them too. It was like, I mean, Cutie, I forget all the names, but it was like Cutie Spice or whatever Spice, and this Spice and that Spice. Well, she's Posh Spice. They got married, fell in love, got married, and had a bunch of kids. Now their kids are grown, child. And their eldest son, Brooklyn, they having an issue. I don't know. They've been bickering and fighting. And Brooklyn, if you can see in the thumbnail here, he's married. And basically Brooklyn is like, no, y'all been trying to control me for years. Y'all make sure that you put a certain, like, you paint a certain narrative to the press about the family, and you're not telling the truth about stuff. And yeah, I just don't want to be around y'all no more, and I want to be with my wife. Child, this is crazy. So I'm gonna read a little bit from, where is this, NBC News. Now this is like basically a write-up of the situation. So it says Brooklyn Beckham, the eldest child of soccer phenom David Beckham, and his fashion mogul wife Victoria, broke his silence Monday night on the long-rumored feud between him and his parents. In a series of Instagram stories, Beckham accused his parents of controlling him for years, child, leaking stories to the press and manipulating the narrative about him and his wife, Nicola Peltz. This is crazy, man. That man fell in love, honey, and he was like, nah, okay? I done grew a pair, and you're not going to control me no more. You ain't going to have me looking crazy in front of my wife. Anyway, NBC News has reached out to Beckham and Victoria Beckham, Brooklyn Peltz Beckham, and Nicola Peltz for comment. On Monday, David Beckham told CNBC his kids have made mistakes on social media. And I quote, "I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private." Brooklyn Beckham began the 6-part story. Yeah, it's a long one, y'all. Like, he had time. He tweeted out a daggone novel. Before noting that his parents have left him with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. He had time today. That man fell in love, honey. He started smelling himself. He was like, no, not you ain't gonna do this to me. "I do not want to reconcile with my family." What? I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. This man he is not playing, honey. So I guess apparently his parents think that he's being controlled by his wife. He went on to say that his parents' previous social media posts about their family have been performative, and that within the family, relationships are inauthentic. So meaning, like, yeah, we one way in front of the cameras, but then when we get behind closed doors, child, we don't even talk. We bicker, we fight, and they different. Then it says the eldest Beckham child added that his celebrity parents have pushed countless lies in the media. Well, you got to understand now, the thing is with the Beckhams, I noticed that with Victoria, she's always came across as like the bougie, like, you know what I mean? She always had like her hair. She always, like, her fits have been fitting, okay? Like, and then David Beckham is so handsome, like, you know, and he has always like played that part too. So they always had like, and the kids were always like dressed perfectly. They always look good. All her boys all their boys. And they gave this we are a picture perfect family type of like feel. So okay. And the eldest Beckham child added that his celebrity parents have pushed countless lies in the media to preserve their own facade, later accusing them of turning his brothers against him. So it's gotten to the point where I guess the boys are on mom and dad's side and he's all by himself. So the lengthy post of the latest development in the long-standing family feud that has gnawed away at the Beckhams' attempts to project a perfect family life. This is sad. Let's see. In 2022, reports in the British media suggest that Nicola, the wife of Brooklyn, whom Brooklyn Beckham married in 2022, has refused to wear one of Victoria Beckham's designs for her wedding dress. Ooh. Listen, Peltz later denied this, telling Brits newspaper that Brits newspaper The Times that Victoria could not make it in time. Victoria's her designs could not make it in time. So Brooklyn Beckham's Instagram post, however, gave a different version of events and his claims that his parents have been trying to endlessly trying to ruin his relationship with his wife. Let's see. He claimed Victoria was set to make Peltz's wedding dress, but backed out in the 11th hour. Around the time he said, let's see, his parents pressured him into signing away the rights to his name before he got married. After he refused, he said, "They have never treated me the same since." This is sad. The night before the wedding, Brooklyn Beckham said family members reminded him that his bride-to-be was not blood and not family. Child, listen. Brooklyn Beckham also accused his mom of hijacking his first dance with Peltz, at the wedding reception. He described a scene in which Mark Anthony called him to the stage for the first dance. So Mark Anthony performed, and Mark Anthony called Brooklyn. It's like, hey, come up here and dance with your wife. And let's see, which he said had been planned for Peltz for weeks. Now, this is like, okay, this has been rehearsed, honey. They went to rehearse and everything. Like, honey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is when you come in and we dance. But instead, by mom, you know how like the British, they call their mum. But instead, by mom was waiting to dance with me. So she went up, honey. That was supposed to be his wife, but his mother went up and was like, honey, I'm here. Come dance with me. That is so embarrassing. Victoria, I hope you didn't do that. I was in one of those type of relationships where the mother had to be the star of the show. Every situation, she had to be right there. Pictures, honey, I'm talking about everything. When it was like Valentine's Day, all of a sudden, she suddenly got sick, so he had to come. She would be a damsel in distress, needing her son to, oh my gosh, I'm so sad, I'm so depressed. Oh, somebody help me. And it'll always be like right around the time, a special day, right? Like Valentine's Day, a birthday, or a anniversary. And I saw it for what it was, but then I couldn't, because that was his mom. So I couldn't be like, I can't believe this, right? And I wasn't his wife. I was just the girlfriend, right? So not, I shouldn't say just a girlfriend, but I was his girlfriend, right? And he would be like, I gotta go help my mom. I gotta do this. I gotta go and take out the trash. Child, leave me alone. So I remember I was like, oh yeah, I gotta run. I gotta get away from this. So anyway, so it says, she danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. Now, I don't know about that. Like, that's... Victoria, was you trying to seductively slow dance with your son? Victoria, if you don't go and sit down, Posh Spice, go and get your husband. You have all them kids. You have a husband, and a handsome one at that. You got your man. Why can't your eldest son have his woman? What is going on? That is weird. If that is true, because this is all alleged, because I don't know. But if this is true, Victoria, Mrs. Beckham, you know good and well. Anyways, let's see. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. I'm sorry, but I still, in my opinion, y'all, I still feel like this is none of our business. And I would have been like, listen, I would have caused at that wedding, child. I don't know, maybe he did. Maybe he did, and maybe this is like, no, I'm tired of them painting this narrative to the public. So I'm not, you know what I mean? If this is his way, this is his way. But I hope that he spoke up at his wedding. I hope that he was like, no, stop the music. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Mom, because dad's over there. You can slow dance and kick up that leg with dad, but you ain't not slow dancing and kicking up a leg with me. I want my wife. This is my wedding day. Okay? Or me and my wife will have to go somewhere, and we will have to continue our ceremony somewhere else. But you're not going to do this. Go dance with dad. Anyway, so let's see. Rumors of a strife resurfaced in May last year when the young couple failed to show up at David Beckham's 50th birthday party. Ooh, a celebrity-packed dinner in London, child. In his Instagram stories, Brooklyn Beckham gave his own explanation for his absence, saying the birthday party was the latest example of his wife being constantly disrespected by my family. Man up. He manned up and he was like, all right, so we ain't going to continue to do this. Yep, it's your 50th birthday party, but you will not get your wife in control. So therefore, guess what? We ain't coming. We not coming, Dad. You know what? When you raised your son, he took on a wife, and now he is the man of his home. And he's saying, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not, if you can't control my mom, your wife, then guess what? We not showing up because you're not going to disrespect my wife. Period. He had every right. Every right. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. He said, Brand Beckham comes first. So basically he's saying like, yeah, my dad's stuff comes first. Like, let's see, family love is decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and pose for a family photo op. And if their family photos be looking perfect, honey. Let's see, even if it's at the expense of our professional obligations. Ooh. Brooklyn Beckham dispelled the long-standing rumor that my wife controls me, instead insisting I have been controlled by my parents for most of my life. You know what? I don't know why, y'all. I kind of believe him. Because the thing is, like, I've been in a relationship like that before, and I know what it feels like. So, he said he grew up with overwhelming anxiety that has disappeared since Why can't I talk? Distancing himself from his family. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by image, press, or manipulation. Brooklyn is not playing. All we want is peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family. Child, I have felt so bad for his poor, let's see, wait a minute. Rebecca Luce, David Beckham's former assistant, weighed in on the family drama. Ooh, in her Instagram comments Monday, when a commenter prompted her to see Brooklyn Beckham's lengthy Instagram statement, Luce responded that she is happy he is standing up for himself. What did I tell y'all? And speaking publicly. Oh my goodness. I have felt so bad for his poor wife, knowing too well what they can be like. Ooh. Luce wrote in the comment, a representative confirmed. In response to it, another commenter who mentioned the fascinating admission from Brooklyn, Luce responded, "The truth always comes out." Child, listen. Okay. I think I read enough. And then, like, let me just play y'all this, because this is what David Beckham said after everything, after his son went on his rant. Hold on. Let me just play this for y'all.
You know, I've been able to use my platform and my following, you know, for UNICEF. And it's been the biggest tool to make people aware of what's going on around the world for children. And I've tried to do the same. I've tried to do the same with my children, to educate them. They make mistakes. Children are allowed to make mistakes. That's how they learn. So that's what I try to teach my kids. But, you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes as well. But what I've found personally, especially with my kids as well, use it for the right reasons. I've been able to use my platform.
Listen, okay, this is my thing, right? I do feel some kind of way about publicly putting your family out there. If you are a family in the public eye, I wouldn't move that way. I feel like that's not nobody's business but my family business. When people go on live and they be going out in their parents and stuff like that, I don't know. In certain situations, it makes sense, right? But in this situation, I can't really fully agree on him publicly going on this rant and putting out these tweets. But if this is happening, shout out to Brooklyn for sticking up for his wife. Shout out to Brooklyn, because let me tell y'all, I had my relationship. Okay, I know what I'm talking about because I was in a relationship like that. That's one of the main reasons why I broke up with my ex, is because I was like, you know what? There was other reasons, but like that was one of the main reasons, because it was like, hey, like, if God forbid we get married and you don't have the backbone to stick up for me, when you take on a wife, like you started a whole new family. You're not a kid anymore. You're a grown man. And I noticed that he keeps calling him a kid. That think what David has to realize, his eldest son is a man now. It is what it is. He's married. He took on a wife. He is a man. He is a grown man with a wife. And if this is true, I'm going to say alleged because I don't know. But if it is at all true that this is how they've been behaving as parents, listen, you got to look at your son and go, wow, like my son is a man. And he's sticking up for himself. And kudos to him. I don't think this is a mistake. If this is true, it's not a mistake. If y'all have been behaving like this, because right now it's alleged because we don't know the truth, right? The only ones that know the truth are them. But if this is true, then you know what? No, y'all needed that. Y'all need that little backhand, okay? Mental backhand. It is what it is. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Put your comments down below and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all real bad. Bye.